Good morning, students. I hope you all are fine. Students, as you know that we have completed chapter first, that is chemical reactions and equations. So today we will start chapter 2, that is acid, base and salts. Okay, students, our chapter 2 is acid, base and salts. So students, what do you mean by the acids? Acids. First of all, acids are those substances which release H positive ions in aqueous solution. They release H positive ions in aqueous solution. Means students, if we are having HCl, aqueous solution means solution in water. Aqueous solution. What do you mean by the aqueous solution? Aqueous solution means solution in water. Then students, if we make aqueous solution of this, then what will happen? Here it will release H positive ions plus Cl negative ions. So student, because it is giving H positive ions in aqueous solution, then it is known as the acid. I can write instead of what H positive, hydronium ion also. Hydronium ion, H3O positive ions also. Student, here what will happen? This HCl, after decomposition, it will give H positive and Cl negative. Okay, and students, this one is the water. Oxygen has 6 outermost electron, 1, 2, 3, 4, and by one electron it is forming bond with this hydrogen, and by one electron it is forming bond with this one hydrogen. Okay students, so here you can see this hydrogen, it has positive charge on it, means it has deficiency of electron. It needs some electrons, students, from where it can take. So for that we will see the availability, where electrons are available. You can see at this oxygen free electrons are here, at this oxygen free electrons are available. Then students, this oxygen can form bond with this hydrogen by losing its electron. Then what will happen? Here you can see this oxygen is losing electron, so positive charge will be attained on this one, H, and it is forming bond with this hydrogen also. Now student, this one is the hydronium ion, H3O positive. So students, either you can write H positive or you can write H3O positive also. This one is the hydronium ion. This one is the hydronium ion. Hydronium ion. Okay students, so what do you mean by the acids? Basically acids, this concept was given by the Arrhenius. Students, this is also known as the Arrhenius concept of acid. Arrhenius told us the substances which release H positive ions in aqueous solution. Yes students, you will keep in mind, if we are having dry HCl, means HCl in gaseous state, then it cannot release H positive ions. Okay, if we will take aqueous solution of this, if we will take solution of HCl in water, then it can release H positive ions, and the substance which can release H positive ions in aqueous solution are known as the acid. So students, this one is known as the acid. One more example you can take, students, like if I talk about H2SO4, if it will dissolve in water, Then this one also, students, give H positive ions. Here you can see there are two H positive ions. Then student, it can give just two H positive ions plus sulfate ion, SO4 2 negative. Okay students, so it is also giving us H positive ions after decomposition into the aqueous solution. Then students, it is also known as the acids. It is also known as the acid. Okay students, so acids are those substances which release H positive ions in aqueous solution. Then those substances are known as the acid. Students, if I talk about the test of the acids, generally they are sarin test. Sarin test means they are खट्टा. इनका जो टेस्ट होता है वो कैसा होता है? सॉर होता है, खट्टा होता है. ओके स्टूडेंट्स, if I talk about the pH, they have pH less than 7. They have pH in between 0 to 7. Student, what is pH? How can we determine? All these things we will discuss later in this chapter. Okay. So basically acids are those according to the Arrhenius which give H positive ions. Okay, in aqueous solution. But student, if I talk about the base, what do you mean by the base? Here also we are talking about the Arrhenius concept now. Other scientists given their concepts. So this concept is given by the Arrhenius. What are the bases according to the Arrhenius? Bases are those substances which release OH negative ions, after dissolving in water, or we can say in aqueous solution. So which give OH negative ions, those substances are known as students. Those substances are known as the bases. Like students, if I talk about KOH, potassium hydroxide. Then students, if I dissolve them in water, then they can decompose into K plus OH negative. They can give K plus OH negative ions. Okay. So here, because it is releasing OH negative ions, so it is known as the base. Okay. So according to Arrhenius concept, students, which release OH negative ions are known as the base. But students, this concept, Arrhenius concept, had some limitation. You know what is the limitation of the Arrhenius concept? Limitation of Arrhenius concept. Arrhenius says that which release H positive ions in aqueous solutions are known as the acids, but which release OH negative ions in aqueous solutions are known as the bases. But students, there are examples of some substances which do not have H positive, but they are acidic. Okay, which do not have OH negative ions for releasing, but there are bases. Like students, if I talk about ammonia, students, it is basic in nature. But you can see formula of the NH3, it do not have OH negative ions. So from where it can release? Okay, you know CO2, BF3. These are acidic in nature. But students, they do not have H positive ions for releasing. So from where they can donate? From where they can release? Okay, students. So Arrhenius said that the substances which release H positive ions in aqueous solutions are known as the acid, and which release OH negative ions are known as the bases. But student, there are some examples. Some molecules which are not having OH negative ions for evolution, for release, then how can they release? And students, some are the acids which are not having H positive ions. So students, some other scientists came for overcoming the limitation of the Arrhenius. Like students, Lowry Bronsted. Lowry Bronsted concepts of Arrhenius and sorry students. Bronsted concept of acids and base. According to Lowry Bronsted, students, acids are the proton donor. Acids are the proton donor. And base are the proton acceptor. Students, Bronsted said that yes, it is right. Proton donor which release H positive ions. Proton is H positive ions. Means which release H positive ions. Those are known as the acid. It is right. But students, bases are those which has tendency to accept the proton. Okay, those are known as the bases. Like that, students, if I talk about ammonia, you know very well, here nitrogen atomic number is 7. So it has 5 valence electrons. It has 5 valence electrons. So students, it can form maximum 5 bonds. It can form maximum 5 bonds. But it is forming only 3 bonds. 1 bond with this hydrogen, 1 bond with this one, and 1 bond with this one hydrogen. One pair of electron is non-bonded here. That is known as the lone pair. Okay, students, if we are having H positive, okay, if we are having H positive, then what may happen? Here this ammonia, it can give electron to this one because it has non-bonded electrons. Then students, NH3 plus, it can form 1 bond with this one. So NH4, because this nitrogen is donating electron here. So NH4 positive. So here you can see, students, this nitrogen is accepting this proton. It is accepting this proton. So it is known as the base. It is known as the base. Clear or not, students? So it is known as the base. So students, which substances have tendency to accept the H positive ions are known as the base, and which have tendency to lose the H positive ions in aqueous solution are known as the acids. Students, Lowry Bronsted gave the concept of the conjugate acid and base. Conjugate acid-base pair. Acid-base pair. Like students, if I have HCl plus water, you can see here, after decomposition, it can give us H3O positive plus Cl negative. So you can see here this one is losing H positive ions. It is donating H positive ions. Because it is donating H positive ions, so it behave as acid. After donating H positive ions, it is converting into Cl negative. So this one is conjugate base. This one is the conjugate base of this one acid. So this one is a pair. This one HCl2 Cl negative, HCl2 Cl negative. This one is the conjugate acid base pair. Conjugate acid base pair. Okay, then you can see here, if I talk about this water, so here it is accepting one H positive and it is converting into the H3O positive. So here it is accepting H positive ions. It is accepting H positive ions because it is accepting H positive ions. So this one is basic in nature. It is base. And after accepting base, we are getting this one. So this one is conjugate acid. Conjugate acid. So students, this one is also conjugate acid base pair. So Laurie Bronsted told us that there is only difference of H positive ion. There is only difference of the proton between the acid and base. Okay, acid and base, they exist in a pair that is known as the conjugate acid base pair. That is known as the conjugate acid base pair. There is difference of one proton only between acid and base. Okay, students. So this one concept is known as the Laurie Bronsted concept. So students, today we have done two concepts. First one, Arrhenius concept of the acid and base. According to Arrhenius, the substances who release H positive ions, जो substance H positive ions को release करते हैं aqueous solution में, उनको हम क्या कहेंगे? Acid. और जो OH negative ions को release करते हैं, उनको हम क्या कहेंगे? Base. Okay. And students, अर्हीनियस कंसेप्ट्स की अपनी कुछ लिमिटेशंस थी. लिमिटेशंस क्या थी कि कुछ कंपाउंड्स हमारे पास, कुछ मॉलिक्यूल्स हमारे पास ऐसे थे जिनके पास OH नेगेटिव रिलीज करने के लिए था ही नहीं, बट उनका बिहेव कैसा था? बेसिक. और कुछ ऐसे थे जिनके पास H पॉजिटिव आयंस रिलीज करने के लिए अवेलेबल ही नहीं है, लेकिन ये फिर भी क्या है? एसिडिक हैं. क्लियर और नॉट? सो स्टूडेंट्स, उसके लिए अदर साइंटिस्ट हमारे आए. तो सेकंड कंसेप्ट जो हमें दिया था, वो किसने दिया था? लॉवरी ब्रॉन्स्टेड ने. लॉवरी ब्रॉन्स्टेड ने कहा ये बात तो ठीक है कि एसिड्स तो वही है कि भी जो H पॉजिटिव आयंस देते हैं. एसिड की डेफिनेशन तो ठीक है, बट बेस क्या है? जो H पॉजिटिव आयंस को, जो प्रोटॉन को एक्सेप्ट करते हैं, वो बेस है. जैसे अमोनिया, हमने कहा कि अमोनिया बेस है. ये कैसे बेस है? क्योंकि ये एक H पॉजिटिव आयंस को अट्रैक्ट करने की, एक H पॉजिटिव आयंस को एक्सेप्ट करने की टेंडेंसी रखता है, और फिर ये किस में कन्वर्ट हो जाता है? अमोनियम आयन में. फिर किस में कन्वर्ट हो जाता है? अमोनियम आयन में. ओके, तो इसीलिए, क्योंकि ये एक प्रोटॉन एक्सेप्टर है, इसीलिए अमोनिया क्या है? एक बेस है. तो स्टूडेंट्स, ब्रॉन्स्टेड ने हमें कंजुगेट एसिड बेस पेयर की भी थ्योरी दी थी कि एसिड और बेस में केवल एक प्रोटॉन का ही तो डिफरेंस होता है. जो प्रोटॉन को डोनेट करता है वो एसिड है, और जो प्रोटॉन को एक्सेप्ट करता है वो क्या है? बेस है. तो यहाँ पर ये अगर एसिड है तो इसका कंजुगेट बेस ये है, अगर यहाँ ये बेस है तो ये इसका कंजुगेट एसिड है. तो ये एक पेयर में एग्जिस्ट करते हैं. ये क्या करते हैं? कंजुगेट एसिड बेस पेयर होता है. तो स्टूडेंट, यहाँ पर हमने लॉवरी ब्रॉन्स्टेड को पढ़ा, हमने अर्हीनियस को पढ़ा. अब आगे लॉवरी ब्रॉन्स्टेड की भी कुछ हमारी लिमिटेशंस हैं, क्योंकि कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड का स्ट्रक्चर तो यहाँ पर हमारा BF3 और कार्बन डाई का जो स्ट्रक्चर था वो तो लॉवरी ब्रॉन्स्टेड ने भी ओवरकम नहीं किया इसको, तो इसने भी नहीं बताया. ओके, तो उसके लिए आगे कुछ और साइंटिस्ट हैं, जैसे लुइस कंसेप्ट है, उसको हम कल डिस्कस करेंगे. सो आई होप दिस कंसेप्ट इज क्लियर टू यू. सो थैंक यू स्टूडेंट्स, हैव ए नाइस डे. तबीयत वैसे